Hello everyone. Today in this class we will discuss about a very important topic, that is the Archimedes principle, flotation and buoyancy. Students, we all have seen in our daily life that there are so many examples where when a body is placed inside the water or any liquid, it starts to float, or whenever we go for the swimming we experience our weight lighter, or we can say we experience ourselves lighter, or whenever some body is placed inside the liquid it gets sink inside it. Then there are so many examples of in our daily life where we can see that when an object is placed inside the liquid, it starts to float, sometimes it starts to sink, sometimes it starts to float partially inside the liquid. We have a very interesting example. We say when a nail is placed inside the water, when an iron nail is placed inside the water, it sinks. But when an iron ship, which is a very heavier, is placed on the surface of water, it starts to float. Both are the iron. One is very lighter, but it sinks. But one is very heavier, but it starts to float. Then we are going to discuss our very important concept of flotation. Students, here, first of all, we are going to talk about the flotation. Students, so when suppose this is a container, and you are placing an object or any body on this surface of this liquid. This container is filled with the water or any type of liquid. What happens? This body starts to float, and we say when a body is placed inside the liquid, it experiences an upward force. It experiences an upward force due to which it is floating. Suppose I have this pen, this plastic pen, and if I release this, what happened? It fell down. It is going in the downward direction because of its weight mg. Because of its weight mg, it wants to move in the downward direction. But what happens if we place this marker or pen on the surface of water? It starts to float. It means something is there which is balancing the weight of this body, because due to its own weight it is going to move in the downward direction, but when on the surface of water it starts to float. It is not going in the downward direction. It means if you want that this pen should not go in the downward direction, you should apply the upward force. Similarly, the liquid is applying an upward force. This upward force is called upthrust. This force is called upthrust. Due to this force, the weight mg has been balanced and the body starts to float on the liquid. And that's why we say that when a body is placed inside a liquid, it experiences a lighter, or you can say it experiences itself light, because every liquid applies a upward force. This upward force is called upthrust. Then inside the liquid, every body experiences a upthrust. That's why the body experiences the loss in its weight. Always body experiences the reduce in its weight. That's why when we float on the surface of water, we experiences our body in lighter weight. Then here, due to this upthrust, the body is experiencing the lighter weight. What about the buoyancy? This phenomenon of floating, this phenomenon of experiencing the upward force is called buoyancy, and this force is called buoyant force. Students, there was a great scientist, the name Archimedes. He says that whenever you place a body, this is called the Archimedes principle. He says that when you place a body on the surface of water, then it experiences an upward force, due to which it experiences the loss in its weight. And how much loss in the weight is there? Suppose if you are floating on the surface of water, then definitely you are experiencing the loss in your weight. Then what is the amount of the loss in the weight? What amount of weight you lost? Then Archimedes says that if you placed a body on the surface of the water, then definitely this body will replace some water. And we all know very well, if we dip a stone in this water, then what happens? The stone replaces the water. Then similarly, if you place a body on the surface of water or inside the water, this body will replace some amount of the water. And we can collect it in a container. Now, suppose in air, this is the weighing machine, and suppose in the air, the weight of the body, this body is, when I am hanging this body in the air, and the weight of this body is W1. Now, if using this weighing scale, I am hanging this body again, but on the surface of water, then definitely there will be a different weight, and suppose the new weight is W2. Anybody can tell me that which one will greater, W1 or W2? Then definitely the answer is W1, because W2 will be smaller than the W1, because this body is experiencing a upward force, due to which the W2 will be the smaller than the W1. Then how much loss in the weight? Loss in the weight is W1 minus W2. And the Archimedes explains that this loss in the weight will be equal to the weight of water replaced. If you find this loss in the weight W1 minus W2, and if you weight this water, this replaced water, then you will find this replaced water will be equal to the W1 minus W2. Then Archimedes says that whenever a body is partially or fully immersed inside the water or any liquid, then it will replace some amount of the water. And this replaced amount of the water, or you can see the weight of this replaced water will be equal to the loss in the weight. Then this is the Archimedes principle, and students, in our next class we will discuss about the law of flotation and relative density. Thank you for watching. Thank you, students.